back in 2010 when I did the Sawdust Chronicles Fall Build Challenge, I bought this, my Stanley No. 7. I spent 45 bucks on it and I got it on eBay. Need a little work. So during that project, I spent a lot of time lapping the bottom, working on, you know, everything I could do to it. Now, the blade in it was an original blade. There was hardly any space, or you could tell it was well ground down. But one of the problems with the blade was it was heavily rusted. So there was lots and lots of pitting on the back edge of the blade. So I could never really get a good, sharp blade, no matter how much I tried. Because of that pitting on the back, it always gave me more of a sawtooth edge. And I couldn't really go ahead and flatten it because the pitting was so deep and so bad. So I went out and I bought this. It's a Hock blade for my No. 7. And we're going to go ahead and flatten it, sharpen it, and get it ready to see if we can bring some life to the Stanley No. 7. So let's get started. Okay, so I got my combo stone, 1000, 6000. And my plane blade, which is big. And I'm going to go ahead and flatten the back. Eventually I want to get some intermediate grits. Basically for me, I think it would be better if I didn't have to make a real big jump. I'm making a jump from 1000 to 6000. I was looking for some combo stones that would be like a 4000, 8000. Having a hard time kind of finding that combo. I'm sure they're out there. If somebody knows of a inexpensive combo of a 4000, 8000, that'd be great. But I think I do want to get some more intermittent than making that huge jump. Basically want to keep going until all the machining marks are gone. I'm really only moving from the center here. Let me know that this isn't completely flat. So I'm going to keep going. I have some work to do. Make sure there's plenty of water. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this to help keep it wearing evenly. Let's see. We're getting there, but we still have a lot of scratches. There. An 800 stone would be good too. Just start with that. It's actually harder than I thought. Guess I really don't have much of a choice but to keep going, right? You only have to flatten the back of this stuff once, so I'll keep going. It's getting there. You can really feel that. I'm going to do a couple more passes. Okay, I'm going to do a couple, like 40 more passes. And then I'm going to wipe everything down and I'm going to switch grits. Okay, went ahead, laid down a new cloth, switched over. The other cloth was full of slurry from dealing with the 1000 side. So I just decided to bring in a new pant leg, and that's what they are, old work pants. They don't fit me now because I'm fat. I'm gonna go ahead and now wet that down and start. Really see it's taking off a lot of material. It's also creating kind of a suction. Slipping. It's really creating a lot of suction. Look at that. That's a lot of suction. That's just... Okay. What I did when I was done is the back is kind of ground. Now, I didn't dry this enough and I'm starting to form some rust here. Subtle, nothing big, but gotta think a little better. So the back is ground, could be ground a little better. About 1/8 of an inch behind the blade is nice and smooth. There's some grinding marks behind it. I'll grind that smoother when I get more stones. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up in my grinding jig and go ahead and do the bevel. So what I'm going to do is put this in the jig and set the angle. I just do this by eye. There we go. It's in there. Move that up. Okay, one of the things I got to do is the stone is smaller than the blade here, so I need to move the blade around so that I don't stay on one area of the blade too much and I keep everything, you know, wearing evenly across the full length of the blade. Okay, getting a nice burr on the edge of that. I can feel it with my finger, right? So that means I'm good. Clean everything off and we'll move on. Okay, I went ahead and I flipped over the stone and I'm going to lubricate it with some water here. We'll go ahead and we'll remove the burr. Okay, the chip breaker here needs a little work. And what I could do is I need to just flatten this out. So I can take this file and I know it's flat, but it's really that should fit a lot tighter on the plain assembly. So we don't want any gaps that shavings can get caught up in. So we want to get that supporting as much of that tip as possible. Backed off enough. and then I'm going to tighten that down. And I'm looking for any gaps. Good way to check for gaps is hold it up to the light. No, we're good. So just that little bit with a file evened that edge out. Now it wasn't straight from corrosion and warping, as well as wood chips coming up in there, kind of damaging it over the years. So just a couple passes with that file flattened everything out. I tended to go this way because the file would have acted like a joiner plane and leveled out all the bumps instead of this way. So to get that as flat as possible. So we can go ahead and load this back up into the plane. Okay, so now I'm going to take my plane and I'm going to load upside down. Okay, good. Okay. Put my cap iron on. Let's see. Make some adjustments and see what it does. Okay, let's see what you can do. Wispy. Much better than before. Let's try another board, see what it does. Harder wood instead of poplar. Here's a scrap piece of walnut. There's a rough edge that was exposed to the elements, and that was sawed up in the mill. Let's see how it goes. Well, doing it. I could probably take a little deeper of a bite. Now my technique has something to be desired, but it's starting to do its job. I think I have a number 7 joiner, which is a fine addition to my shop, especially since I don't have a power joiner. I think there's some more tuning that has to be done to this, as well as my technique needs a lot of improvement. But I think it'll make a fine addition to my shop. Now, all said and done, the joiner cost me $45. The blade cost me more than that. I forget what the blade was, but it was more than I paid for the plane. But that blade, taken care of, will last me a lifetime, as well as whoever gets it after me, and probably after that person. As long as it's taken care of, I mean, it'll last for hundreds of years. So, good investment, good tool company, Hock blades. Check out their website at www.hocktools.com. They have a lot of good tutorials on how to sharpen a blade, as well as Ron Hock's blog on sharpening. It's a really good read. So I'm pleased.